Self-awareness is something which is picking up among the recruiters in the industry as a sought after skill really fast. Whether it is established companies or startups, everybody wants to employ people, candidates who are more self-aware. Beyond that, self-awareness is something that is required at the core of you being a successful person in personal as well as professional life. In this video, we will be talking about different aspects of self-awareness, whether it is importance of self-awareness in professional world, how to become more self-aware, who is considered to be a self-aware person, benefits of self-awareness and beyond. After watching this video, you should be able to understand what is self-awareness and also understand how to become more self-aware in personal and professional life. So please grab your pen and papers, note down the important points and take all the benefits from this video. Let's dive right into the video. Yes. So we'll be touching on these four aspects of self-awareness in this video. The first one being the importance of self-awareness in professional world. How important is self-awareness considered by corporate leaders, by consultants, by startup founders, by recruiters, most importantly, in the industry today, right? Second, who is considered to be a more self-aware person? If somebody is evaluating the other person, what will he or she evaluate to understand whether the person is more self-aware or less self-aware, right? Third, how can we become more self-aware? If you yourself are trying to be more self-aware, what are the steps you can take? What are the tactics you can apply, right? Last but not the least would be the benefits of self-awareness generically in personal and professional life, right? So let's just start with the importance of self-awareness in the professional world. First and foremost, a more self-aware person is said to have much better leadership skills. Now, why does it happen? Leadership skills require you to guide, mentor, sometimes pull other people, right? Get the work done efficiently in such a way that the work is also done and your team is also satisfied. A person who is looking to become a better leader must understand himself first so that he understand his leadership style to guide his team better, right? Until and unless you know yourself, you cannot lead a team. If you know about your strengths, your weaknesses, your style, then you would be better able to guide others and get the most out of your team, right? Second, self-aware people are said or considered to be better goal setters. Everybody in life has goals, right? Now, people who are self-aware would automatically be able to set right goals, smart goals, definite goals, because they would be setting goals basis their traits, personality traits, basis their strengths, basis their weaknesses, right? And that is why they are able to set more achievable goals, right? Also, self-aware people have better alignment in their goals and actions. Since the goal setting process is more aware, since the goal setting process is more effective, there is an alignment between the goals and the actions. A person who is not self-aware would end up setting random goals, right? And the actions would might or might not be in the direction of the goals because a less self-aware person is living actually a random life, right? It's outward directed. Whatever happens outside in the external environment tends to affect you because you don't know yourself. right? So your goals and your actions might not be aligned. The last benefit or the last importance of a self-aware person in the professional world is result orientation. A person who is more self-aware tends to take each task on the basis of the outcome it produces, right? In the industry, it is an experience, the experience by recruiters or the experience by leaders, that people in their team who are more self-aware tend to work on the basis of outcome. They are more outcome oriented, they are more result oriented, because since they know their self themselves, since they know their characteristics, they know their strengths, they end up considering each task as an opportunity to prove themselves, and that's why they are more result oriented and not task oriented, right? Let's move on to the second aspect of self awareness, where we'll be covering who is considered to be a self aware person. One, and the most important, a person who knows his strength, his or her strengths and weaknesses pretty clearly is considered to be a self aware person. You have to know your strength and weaknesses, and by knowing your strength and weaknesses does not mean that you just need to make a list and pick up the strengths which you like the most. You need to analyze yourself and understand what are your strengths, what are you good at, and what you need to improve upon, right? That is the first criteria. The second criteria is that you should understand your professional and personal capacity. All of us, however perfect we may be or however good or great we may be, all of us have the upper limit to our capacities, right? Nobody in this world has indefinite capacity or unlimited caliber, right? The one who understands his personal and professional capacity is able to utilize it to the maximum extent, right? So a person who understands his personal and professional capacity, how much you can work, how much you can stretch yourself, at what intervals would you need a break, right? What what things in personal life can you actually absorb, and what are the things which actually are energy drainers for you? If you know these things in life, then you're a self-aware person. The third criteria to become more self-aware is to have clear principles and values. See, life is pretty complex, and you cannot make rules for every situation, right? It's not kind of a coding software or kind of a logic or an automation that we build on the email marketing system. It's more like you need to have some set principles, right? The code of conduct, where which can actually guide you what will be your reaction to any situation in life. So the one person who knows his principle, who knows his value, who have set principles, is a more self-aware person, right? The last criteria to evaluate self-awareness is whether the person knows in which direction his or her life is going. So I think more than 80% of the people in this world do not know where their life is moving, in which direction, right? How far will we reach in life? Nobody knows, right? But in which direction the life is moving, you should know, at least for your life, in which direction it's going. And that will make you a more self aware person, right? I hope you're noting it down. You're taking the important points on your notepad. If you are, just write noting it down. Please comment on the comment box, noting it down, right? Let's move on to the next aspect, which is how to become more self aware. This is by far the most important aspect or the most important part that you would need to understand in this video, because it relates more to uh, you know the outcome. What do you have to gain from this video, from this study of self-awareness? How you can become more self-aware? I have four things for you. One, connect with yourself daily. Now what do I mean by that? The best way to connect with yourself daily is to do meditation. People, anybody who meditates would understand what connecting with yourself mean. It means to remove all the distractions, cut yourself from the outside world, maybe for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, but do that. The more number of times you try to connect with yourself, live with yourself, feel your mind, right? Daily, the more you do it, the more you would understand what you like, what you dislike, what you are good at, what you need to improve upon, right? Second tactic that you can use is to practice mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is an art of living life consciously, right? So everybody is living the life consciously, one would say. But when I say consciously, I mean knowing the life, right? Knowing yourself. So mindfulness is the art of living the life with full consciousness, right? Each of your actions, each of your thought would be, as would be the result of what you want it to be. That is what practicing mindfulness is, and it can be practiced very well, right? The people who practice mindfulness are proven to be more self-aware. Third is an easy technique which you can right away establish. Right after this video, you can just immediately start using this tactic. Record your thoughts and reactions. I'm not saying actions, reactions. Now, like, we have millions of thoughts in a day, right? You cannot record all the thoughts every day, but whenever an extraordinary event happens, or something which is not routine, anything which is like beyond your routine or it's extraordinary, whenever extraordinary event happens, just try and record your thoughts and your reaction to those events. Once you do this like several times, you will start observing a trend on what kind of reactions you give to what kind of events, and that is the best way to start knowing yourself, right? And once you start knowing it, you can start improving on it, improving your reactions, improving your thought processes, right? An even easier method or way to actually become more self-aware is to ask for active feedback. In my courses, the mindful career growth model, when I just interact with students and take one-to-one sessions with them, I have a sheet called an SWI sheet, the strength, weaknesses, interest sheet, where I ask my students to actually, who are professionals, early stage working professionals, by the way, or MBA graduates or MBA students, I ask them to fill that SWI sheet, strength, weakness, interest sheet, by asking about their strengths from three people. One, from yourself. According to you, what are your strength areas? According to one person who is very close to you in personal life, what are your strength areas? And according to one person who you interact with closely in your professional life. So yourself, personal connect, and professional connect. These three people, if you take active feedback from them about your strengths, weaknesses, and interest areas, you would have your life sorted. You would know where you're good at and where you lack, right? Try this out. The last aspect, right? Should we move on to the last aspect? Just type BIO in the comment box. BIO is bring it on, right? Just type BIO. Benefits of self-awareness. One, makes us proactive. So it won't happen at the start. Once you start practicing self-awareness, once you start adopting all the tactics, and you include them in your habit, you'll start becoming more proactive. The moment you start observing what kind of reactions you give to what kind of events, the moment that kind of event comes in, you sense it and you are proactive in responding to it, right? Much better productivity and creativity. Since you know your goals, since you know the direction in your life, since you are result oriented, your productivity increases and you become more creative because you know your strengths, right? Creativity also requires a lot of focus, and since by becoming more self-aware, you're more focused towards your goals, you find the most creative way to reach them as well, right? Third is increased confidence. I think needless to explain, the person who knows himself is the most confident person in the room, right? Because you would know what topics you can speak on. You know, uh, you're content with yourself. You don't feel insecure. You are curious about what you don't know. You're confident about what you know, right? Last but not the least, effective communication. You will come out to be a very fluent communicator once you know yourself. By fluency, I don't mean you will be a fast communicator, you'll have an accent or something like that. You will speak, you know, uh, solid concepts, you will have concrete thoughts to share, and you will be much more confident in your communication, right? So guys, I hope you have noted down the important points and this video was helpful to you. We have touched like 4 aspects of self-awareness, and I hope this video helps you to start your journey at least towards becoming a more self-aware person. If you want to watch more such videos on different kind of soft skills specifically which are required for a fast-paced career growth in your professional career, just subscribe to this video and just click on the subscribe button, and I'll be coming up with more such videos and you'll receive the updates from that, right? All the best. God bless.